previous video I talked about why it is important to practice the basic technique of drawing from a holster and firing an accurate shot on target. In this video I'm going to take it to the next step and actually talk about the importance of why you need to practice drawing from concealment. The skills you need to know when drawing from concealment do not magically appear in your mind just because you have your concealed carry license. You need to spend the time on the range to develop those skills. Obviously the weather outside affects the way that we dress. The cooler it is, the more layers of clothing that we may have. The warmer it is, the fewer layers of clothing. The way that we will conceal our firearms is a personal choice, but it is certainly going to be influenced by the weather, by how we dress. There's also going to be advantages and disadvantages on the way that you carry your firearm. If you are carrying in deep concealment where you have a holster that'll let you tuck a shirt in, or if you have some type of a weapon band to where your firearm is underneath your clothing, you're going to have to get those clothes out of the way to access your firearm. Right now it's late October. The weather's starting to get a little bit cooler in the afternoons and early mornings. A light jacket is very common. And one of my preferred ways of carrying a firearm then is simply have an outside the waistband holster. This is my Serpa retention holster. And you know, it's easy to cover with the light jacket. Now to access this firearm, if I ever needed it, I've got to get that jacket out of the way. And a light jacket like this is very easy. I can simply sling that and I have access to my firearm. Another little trick that will help you if you do decide to carry like that is to put a little something with weight in the pocket where your firearm is. You can see here I just have a roll of coins that I just put in my pocket. That extra weight, you can use your keys or whatever, but that little bit of extra weight will help you get that material back out of the way. I'll just show you real quick. Here's those coins that I had. You can see when I throw that jacket, that material wants to immediately just come right back. Now I do have time to get my firearm, but that material, you know, I have to put a little bit more force just to get it out of the way and get it back. But if I take a roll of coins or something, once again something that just has a little bit of weight, and I put it in that pocket, when I fling that material out of the way, that extra momentum really helps to carry that cloth. If you carry cross draw, your support hand can be used to get the fabric out of the way to where you can access your weapon. Now I've taken it to the level of deep concealment where I actually have an inside the waistband holster which allows me to tuck my shirt in, and I also have my jacket on. This adds even additional layers to getting access to that firearm. I need to get that jacket out of the way, I have got to get that shirt up out of the way, and I've got to get that firearm out of its holster. If you choose to carry your firearm just in your jacket pocket, you're setting yourself up for all kinds of issues. If you reach into that jacket and try to pull that out, you can see that your firearm is going to basically want to drag that jacket along with it. So you're going to have to grab that fabric, and then you're going to have to manipulate that weapon out of your pocket. Another disadvantage of this is if you have any kind of lint or anything else in that pocket, it's going to get into your firearm. Plus, if you carry your keys or other items in there, you do not need to carry a round in the chamber, because if something gets down in between there and actually hits that trigger, you can have an accidental discharge. The same thing can be said about carrying in your pants pocket. If you have your pistol there, you've got to dig down in there, get that pistol out. Once again, if you have anything in that pocket, it could hit that trigger if you carry a round in the chamber. So if you do choose to carry your firearm in a pocket, you need to get a pocket specific holster for your firearm. Guys, I want to give you something else to think about also. Where do you carry your cell phone? That can be a vital piece of equipment if you are ever in a situation where you've had to defend yourself. Do you carry your cell phone on the same side that you carry your firearm? If you do, you're setting yourself up for an added difficulty. You need to have your cell phone opposite of where you have your firearm to allow access. If you were ever to have that firearm out, if your cell phone is over here, you're either going to have to change hands with that firearm and reach and get it, then you're shooting with your weak hand, or you're going to have to try to manipulate around to access that cell phone. So that's something else to think about when you carry concealed, is where do you carry your cell phone? Guys, I can't stress it enough. However you choose to carry your firearm, get out on the range, practice drawing from concealment. Don't just practice one technique, practice a couple of them. because as weather changes, as your dress throughout the year changes, you're going to need different skills to be able to access that firearm. Hope you liked the video. Be sure to subscribe, drop me any comments down below, and thanks for watching.